Hey, what's up? So, I'm out in Buckinghamshire today, trying to forget about the Mandela Effect. But last time we were here I spotted something and I really wanted to stop, but we didn't really have the chance. So I'm going to do this live right now. This might be a bit of a treat for you guys. I can see it now, but there we go. Hi, how's it going? That's Don't Look Back in Anger by Oasis. And that was my first ever real, personal kind of Mandela Effect. And it's a really, really kind of big tune in my life. I imagine other people's. But I seem to remember the lyrics being different. And I did find another version. As ever, I'm never prepared. I've had 13 months to prepare for this video. And I didn't. So, the lyrics as we all know it are a better place to play. Now listen to this. Doesn't even sound like the same tune. Sounds more like the Sure, he says pray. That's Don't Look Back in Anger, beautiful rare demo, and the video's still up there. And yeah, when I heard that, first off, I was listening between the two, and I swear it was changing. I've heard other people talk about that, but it never really took off. I don't know the video. I couldn't get the video because it was I was using the music, so I got copyright striked on that and all sorts. But I went down a bit of an Oasis rabbit hole. Really, really bizarre and strange, and too deep to even start to convey anything that I found down there. But even those lyrics in that song, slip inside the eye of your mind, don't you know you might find a better place to pray. And I took that as being meditation when I was younger, and I remember me and my friend getting the album. So yeah, let me know what you think about that. But I'm back. And like I say, it's been 13 months since I made a video. And somebody sent me a comment the other day asking where I am. Well, I'm in a 400-year-old cottage, and yeah, this is the original fireplace, I believe. There used to be kind of a staircase going upstairs, and there was a family of, I think it was 16 people, lived in a really small space, like 400 years ago. Well, not that long ago. The most recent history that we gathered was a family of 16 were here. Yeah, it's in what's said to be the oldest village in Europe. Unsure how true that is, but there we go. So that's where I am, and I'm well, and I have been on a crazy, crazy adventure. I got to meet a physicist. The last video I met, I was talking about trying to meet a physicist, and a physicist came into the job where I was working, and his name was Adam, and he just got like his postdoctorate or master, his 7th brain anyway. He was a really, really smart guy, and he was out with his family celebrating, and he studied at Oxford University, and yeah, we chatted a bit about D-Wave computers and other dimensions and quantum physics and all sorts of stuff that I've got no business knowing about. But yeah, it happened, and it was weird how that happened. But it did happen, and I carried on working at said restaurant, and all sorts of other bizarre, crazy stuff went down. Just one example. This was the beer they sold, and it's got Carly on the front. And what went down there was unbelievable. And like the restaurant's gone now, and I don't mean it's disappeared. It just went out of business. Yeah, it was over a summer, and when I went for the initial interview, it was really strange. I kind of got out of my own way. I turned up on my electric skateboard with a bandana or a headband on, with sunglasses on and cut-off shorts, and just chilled out, and got the job straight away. Didn't have a CV with me, but I got the job straight away, and yeah, proceeded to be myself in amongst the zombie apocalypse, and it was funny, and yeah, don't quite know how to sum it up. I'm going to talk a lot more about that, but ultimately I learned a great deal about myself, and I feel like I was at the multiverse university, and the Miyagi principle that I've talked about before, that when you think you're learning to do one thing, or you think you're learning one lesson, you're in fact learning something entirely different and something so much bigger than what's going on at that time. But yeah, and it couldn't have been real. It couldn't have been real. It had to have been orchestrated in some way, and it was so personal, and it was so bizarre. You know, it was just odd. You know. So yeah, I'm back. I'm going to make a few more videos. I'm not going to let this one run too long. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to kind of piece together all of these strange kind of things that have gone on in my life, because my life has been nothing but strangeness when I really look back and I really start to piece things together. Yeah, and these things that happen, you know, are just too peculiar to keep to myself. And just one case in point, I've just started off by scanning and printing this picture of myself. Now, this was in the newspaper 33 years ago. Wow, that's weird, isn't it? 33 years ago. And the piece said, reading is elementary to Adam. Well, my name's not Absurdum, but it's my surname. And it was reading week at school. And that was the first instance that my image had been used for bullshit propaganda. And reading wasn't elementary to me. It's still not. I still kind of struggle to read and to write. Something I'm becoming more honest with and more open with. And something that took me in the direction of getting an official autism assessment. Yeah, so there we go. But I declined this offer of an autism assessment just because it was a bit strange and a bit weird. It's a Helios assessment, and they do online face-to-face assessments. So basically I'd have to do it through the computer and kind of Skype or whatever, and talk to another human being. And I really struggle with that, you know, and I struggle with doing this. But in many ways, watching back my videos that I was making like just over a year ago, I learned a lot about myself, and the feedback that I got, it led me in the direction of just the possibility that I may be challenged with autism, or that might be a framework of understanding that may help me. And it wasn't what the doctors were saying, it was more what people who consider themselves to be autistic or have Asperger's or it's a growing spectrum. It's not the medical opinion that interests me, it's more the people. And go and listen to some people that believe that they're challenged with autism, and it's really, really enlightening. I wouldn't consider many of them to be autistic, you know, or what my understanding of autism was at the time. You know, I've been for a dyslexia assessment many years ago. My dad was considered to be dyslexic, or that was the only real learning difficulty or label that was put on my dad. And I believe my dad to be like an autistic savant. You know, he's done incredible, amazing, unbelievable things for somebody that still struggles to read and write. He can't write, and he reads very, very simple books. But he built the house that we live in. It's actually adjoins this old cottage. And he did it all mostly by eye, and unbelievable. So that was what kind of led me down the autism thing, or the autistic kind of research and looking into that. And then I started questioning it for myself, and a lot of things seem to make sense. And this is why I'm actually wearing these yellow lenses today. And I highly recommend it. Try it. It mellows things out for me. I don't know what it is about the light and the way that kind of... I've found that I'm really hypersensitive. And I get the sad thing, the seasonal affective disorder, because throughout the winter when there's no sun and there's no light and there's no warmth, I'm useless. You know, completely useless. But anyway, that'll do for today. Thanks for sticking with me, my loyal subscribers, like 162 of you, 163 of you. I'm hoping my little social inoculation here, speaking about autism, might try and help you understand me a little better. It might try and help you understand yourself a little better. It might try and help you understand autism a little better. But yeah, check it out. I'm going to be back with more on that. Loads of stuff's happened, you know, in the last 13 months. Plenty of trippy, bizarre, weird stuff to talk about. The Mandela Reflect always rears its head, you know, but not the online YouTube kind of version of it. I don't know what it is. I kind of really detached from that, but who knows, right? But I'm back. I hope you're all well. Take care, and I'll see you again soon. It's kind of got a curly Q, but not a curly Q. Is that a Mandela Reflect?